Hey, beautiful people, welcome back to our platform and thank you so much for joining our platform today. So, guys, I want to talk about the proof of funds to move to Canada. I am not talking about proof of funds for visit visa here. I am not talking about proof of funds for study visa. I'm not talking about proof of funds for any other visa. I'm talking about the new proof of funds to immigrate to Canada as a permanent resident. Remember, before I even talk about the thing I want to talk about, please help me share this video so that other people can be aware. For those of you who are writing TCF and you want to move to Canada, to those of you who are already in the express entry pool and you're waiting to get an invitation to apply, please remember that the initial amount you saw on IRCC has been updated. So if you do not know now. I'm going to equally put a link in the video description box, but there are so many things I want you to pay attention here. The very first one is that a lot is changing in Canada. Even international students, some of them will risk not getting the permanent residency at the end of the day. Now, we will talk about the proof of funds to immigrate to Canada as a permanent resident. But before we talk about the proof of funds, I want to make you understand that someone was even telling me that somebody told her that she needs to register. She needs to pay some money before she can go into the express entry pool. No, going into express entry is free of charge. You are not paying $1 to anybody. Okay, when you go on IRCC and read, you are going to understand what I'm talking about. Now remember, you cannot just sit and you go to the express entry pool. First of all, there are requirements you need to meet to go to the pool. What are the requirements? The first requirement is you need to evaluate your results. That's, you need to have at least a bachelor's degree. And if you have a bachelor's, a master's, and PhD, then you need to evaluate for your highest certificate, which is your PhD. The second requirement you need is your IELTS. Okay, I have talked about WES evaluation. Then now the second one is IELTS. You need to write your IELTS exam, IELTS general, before you can go to the pool. So these are the two things in addition to your work experience. But before you even do all of this, you need to have gone to IRCC, check the CRS calculator. Check your points. There they will ask you your level of qualification. They will ask you your marital status. They will ask you your job prospects. They will ask you your level of experience, Then they will ask you some certain questions if you have Canadian experience and a whole lot of stuff. Then when you answer that, they are going to grade you and give you a particular points. Like they will give you the total. Remember, for you to be selected to apply for PR, it's only based on points. The higher your points, the better for you. So we are not into that for now. Let's talk about proof of funds. Now, proof of funds means that the money that has to be in your bank account. I hope you understand. This money I'm going to be talking about is what you need to show IRCC when you have been invited, when you have been given an invitation to apply. First, you go with those requirements, you register and enter into the express entry pool. Secondly, you wait there for IRCC to invite people by giving them ITAs, that's invitation to apply. When you get invitation to apply, there is some money you need to spend. Okay, this is for those who are going to Canada who intend to move using the PR pathway. There is some money you need to spend, which is not part of this proof of funds I'm going to talk about. Now, let's talk about the money you will spend before we come back to the proof of funds. The money you will spend is money for application fee. Then you also pay money for rights of PR fee. You will pay money for your biometrics. You will pay money for medical insurance, for medical fee. Or let's just say you will pay money for medicals. You will pay money for bank statement. You will pay money for police clearance. You will pay money for passport photo. You pay money for WES. In fact, WES you paid already. Then you equally pay money for Korea and IELTS you paid already. Now, I mentioned these figures in another video which you might have watched already. Application fee for PR is $850 Canadian dollars. Then the right to PR fee is $515. Then biometrics is $85. Then medical fee, it varies, it depends. You are going to check per your country. Then bank statement, you are going to check per your country when you go to certain banks and tell them to give you the bank statement to apply for a visa, especially express entry. They will charge you an amount. Some banks charge per page. Okay, my bank used to charge per page. I don't know how the situation is now. Then also you will pay money for police clearance. Put that into consideration. Passport photo, then words and transcript. We talked about that. So this money will amount to at least 1 million or more. This money that I'm talking about, the 1 million or more, is not part of this proof of funds we are talking about. This is money you will spend aside. Okay, now for you to finally, because you are going to add the proof of funds, which is the bank statement, before you go and submit this document. In fact, you are not going anywhere. You are submitting online. So what you need to understand is the amount that needs to be in your account. Now, this amount that needs to be in your account is depending on so many factors. The number of people that you are going to be applying for the PR with. Now, as the number of or the family size increase, that is how the amount increase. I'm going to be giving you the amount only in Canadian dollars, and I expect you to convert to your own local currency. This is the new updated amount. This it was updated on the June 3rd, 20. You can see. I think you can see from here. You can see somewhere highlighted in blue. Is it green or blue? Check very well. You can see from this screen, right? So this amount was updated, and one person, if you are alone and you want to move to Canada using a PR pathway, note that instead of $13,000 before, you are going to be showing IRCC. You need it has at least minimum of this amount if you are applying alone or with family. The amount is $14,690. I do not know how much it is in your local currency, so please convert. Then 2 people, if you are going alone with your spouse, you have to show IRCC $18,288. Now remember, I said if you are moving with your spouse. Now another question, let me answer this question real quick before we continue with the proof of funds. Some people were asking, Milton, can I enter the pool alone, then later on I add my spouse, is eventually I get married? Yes, it's very possible. Let's just assume that you enter the pool, then you are given an invitation to apply, right? Then later on, you get married. Now you have not yet applied, but you have just been given an invitation just after you got married. You now need to inform IRCC that, okay, now my status have changed. I just got married. But remember, you must have gotten married just now. Not like you were already married before and you are telling IRCC that you just got married, because your marriage certificate will show the dates. So don't make an error like this. So if you got married now, or if you get married now, tell IRCC that your status have changed. You are now a married person, that you want to add your spouse. They will tell you what to do, and of course you will increase the money. The only change here is going to be at the level of the proof of funds. Then if you are going as a family of 3, the husband, the wife, and the daughter or the son, family of 3 is $22,483. Family of 4 is $27,297. Then a family of 5 is $30,690. Then a family of 6 is $34,917, and a family of 7 is $38,875. Now, this is for a family of 1 to 7. In case you want to add after a family of 7, if you have any other family member, like you and your husband, you have like 7 kids. It means that you guys want to move like 9 people to Canada. So after a family of 7, if more than 7 people, each additional family member should add $3,958. So if you are already a family of 7 and you want to add another person, add $3,958 Canadian dollars to the amount you already have, and that is how it moves upwards. So please, this is the new proof of funds you are going to be using. This is the money that has to be in your bank account according to IRCC. Remember, you cannot get certain things like equity on real properties as proof of funds. You can't. The money must be available and accessible to you at any point in time. If your spouse is coming with you, you cannot count money you have together in a joint account. I hope you understand. Please be careful. You must be able to use this money to pay for your family's cost of living, even if they aren't coming with you. Then if your spouse is coming with you, you cannot count money you have together in a joint account. So you have to be careful. You may be able to count money in an account under your spouse's name only, but you must prove you have access to the money. So if you are using your spouse's account, you must prove you have access to the money. You cannot use a joint account and say no. It's either you put the money in your account or you put it in your spouse's account. I hope you understand. So many things are found on IRCC, so please, I will encourage you to check it out. Again, I would say this again. If you intend to move to Canada as a permanent resident, check your scores on CRS calculator, then estimate. Also go to IRCC and check the scores that have been selected lately and look at your knock code and then determine if you actually stand a chance. If you think that you don't stand a chance, also look at the dates the draws were done and the points, the least points selected. If you think you don't stand a chance, I will encourage you to use the academic pathway and run away. If that's your only plan, please put this into consideration. This is no joke, because many people, they go to the express entry pool, they wait there for long. I have people who have been in that pool for more than 3 years. They are still there waiting. I don't understand what you guys are doing. You have to be strategic, guys. It's getting hard to move abroad now. It's getting so hard. So you have to be strategic and plan very well. I believe this is going to help you. Like I always say, the easiest pathway to move abroad is the study pathway, but it is expensive. Now, the cheapest pathways to move abroad is, especially to Canada, is the PR pathway, but it takes time. Some people are lucky, they might get their PR after 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, 8 months. Some will get after like 1.5 years. Okay, some will even wait for 2 years. So it depends on the individuals, and I believe that everybody has his or her own luck. This is all I have for you. If you need a one-on-one consultation, if you want to call me and let's talk one-on-one so I can give you advice on which route you should take depending on your results, please book an appointment. Then from there we are going to vibe well. You can equally check my Facebook pages or my other handles from the video description box, and if you have a question, please drop it in the comment section. We are going to talk again.